Just from first glance, you might be asking yourself, what the heck happened to Leela? She's got a bad scratch on her head, and her comb is bloody and swollen. Well, to get to the bottom of this mystery, we're gonna have to start from the beginning.
Come on, let's go.
When I got home from work, like normal, I let the chickens out. But then I noticed something weird about Leela. She was laying there with her eyes closed. So when I got close to her, she woke up and decided to walk away. So I thought to myself, that's pretty strange. I've never seen Leela ever do that before. I knew something was wrong. She laid down and closed her eyes again.
What's wrong with you, Leela?
Leela still had enough energy to get up and walk away when I got near her, but I knew if I didn't act now, that it could get a lot worse, and I didn't want to lose her.
Something's not right.
The first thing that popped into my mind was coccidiosis. This is a parasitic disease that could be pretty bad news for your chicken, and for the rest of your chickens too. And from what I could tell, Leela was matching all the symptoms. She was standing alone with her eyes closed, she had watery droppings, and she wasn't eating or drinking anything. Knowing how deadly the potential of this disease can be, I had to act fast. This disease can spread pretty fast through your flock, so you want to make sure you go out there and clean up any droppings that the sick chicken might have left. I cannot stand using hay because it causes a lot of dust and it gets really messy. But I was out of pine chips and I had no other options. And sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures. Eventually, once I got all the hay settled down, I took all the old wood chips and stuff like that, threw it in the fire, and lit it up. I didn't want to leave any disease droppings around my house. I thought burning it would probably be the best method. When you're dealing with coccidiosis, my go-to is cord. So what we're going to do is we're going to add cord to the water for the chickens outside and for Leela inside. Now the chickens outside are going to have to take a smaller dosage just to prevent them from getting the disease, and we'll have to give a larger dosage to Leela because she actually has the disease. After such a wild and crazy day, we all needed a rest, so we're going to let the medicine work its magic, and hopefully Leela will show some signs of improvement. The next day I could tell Leela was doing a lot better. She was actually eating and drinking again, so hopefully we caught this disease pretty early. I spoke to a vet on the phone, and he might have suggested that Leela might be egg-bound. So we're going to cover all our bases. I decided to go ahead and give her an Epsom salt bath. An Epsom salt bath can give a lot of benefits to a sick chicken, and it can also help the chicken relax and help her deliver the egg just in case she is egg-bound. The average soak for a chicken should be between 10 to 20 minutes, and then after you're finished, make sure you dry her off. We kept giving Leela her same dosage of medicine every single day for 7 days, and as you could tell, she was doing a lot better. When the last day of the 7-day quarantine is finished and you feel like your chicken is healthy enough, you can let them be reintroduced into the flock, but there is some precautions you might want to take. Even though Leela might not have the disease anymore, her body might still be pretty weak. Now, since my Orpington rooster is a pretty big darn rooster, we might want to separate him and Leela so that they don't have any issues. I also decided to get all the chickens out of the chicken run so Leela wouldn't have too much stress.
Come on.
Now that Leela had the whole chicken run, I was going to keep an eye on her and see what she did next to make sure she was okay. And her going to her old school dust bath is probably a pretty good sign that she's doing alright. I'm going to make sure that I leave links in the description for all the information that I gave you guys today. If you guys had any issues with your chickens, leave a comment down below and let me know what kind of problems you had and what solutions you used to solve it. Now you might be asking yourself, well, what happened to Leela? How did she get the scratches on her face? Well, you're going to have to figure that out in part 2 of the series. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe so that you can catch the second part. And if you guys want, go to my channel, check out the other videos as well. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.